devices.
I believe we are now facing a social acceptance kind of a challenge, and it's the only challenge that we are facing at the moment. But on the other hand, it's the hardest one to come over, because we are all humans and we are, like, by nature not super keen to introduce that disruptive changes to our lives. So I believe the way forward would be to capitalize on our ambassadors, and as long as people see that this device is used by a friend, member of a family, or a famous person, that's the way forward to bring the device to the mass market, and that's what we are working on.
Soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't.
It's been done in Sweden. So in Sweden, we've got a use case. We estimate about 50,000 people in Sweden who have implants. They use it for their train ticketing system. So you can board a Swedish train with an implantable and hold your ticket on that device, and then be scanned and that being used. They have set up a micropayment system in a big mall where they said for these 3 days you can pay with your implant for whatever you buy in this mall. And people adopted it really quickly. They said, okay, yeah, great, I'll do it. The first person who ever boarded a train with an implant was also done in Sweden. So the Swedish are very advanced in those sectors and are going into great lengths. But we see implantables being used in the United States for predominantly authentication. So authenticating yourself to another level. We see implantables being done in Japan. That's very much for healthcare. We see, all sorts of industries, especially in kind of payments, and especially in other sectors such as transport. Them looking at this and saying, you know what, we need this technology because it solves a need in our market. What we get a lot from kind of businesses and where we see a lot is that they say we need more adoption. We need people to show us that they can actually want this, and this is really the route that is going to slowly evolve for them to adopt the systems where we can use this in our daily life, opening our doors, going into cabs, paying, using autonomous vehicles, and so forth. Now, the really big question is, of course, this is very valuable and very useful, but would we get many people using implants? It's not the question about in 15 years, 20 years time. It's about what can people adopt right now. And if people don't adopt this, they're for sure not going to have a brain implant. Even I'm quite cautious when I say I'm going to, put electrodes into my brain, or when I say I'm going to inject nanobots into my bloodstream. It's one level above than just going underneath the skin.